Welcome to Cengage Learning's MindTap for Composition, Grading Paper Assignments in MindTap. This is an installment of the Digital Course Support Self-Training video series for instructors. Our agenda for this video is learning how to grade paper assignments with rubrics and grade forms. This will include viewing originality reports, working with quick marks, commenting on student papers, posting scores to papers, and releasing scores to the Progress app in MindTap. Within the InSite app in MindTap, you have the ability to grade student papers using rubrics or grade forms. Rubrics allow you to apply values along a scale that does not translate to a percentage or final score, while grade forms allow you to both apply values and then convert this to a final percentage or score for a paper. Each MindTap for Composition course comes with a certain number of rubrics that are stock with your text. But if you have questions about how to create rubrics or grade forms, you will want to watch our self-training videos for these specific topics. Please note, if you choose to use grade forms, you will need to create your grade forms in advance. Grade form grading is not yet available for use on the iPad. To get started, we will first need to navigate to the paper assignment inbox to view the papers. There are two ways to do this. You can click the InSite app icon in the app dock and then click on the title of the paper. This opens the paper inbox for that specific assignment. Another very easy method to open the paper inbox and grade your student papers is to navigate to the assignment in the learning path. Then click on the assignment. The paper inbox will open. Once the paper inbox is open, we'll be able to see all of the submitted papers for the assignment we want to grade. You'll notice the inbox shows paper titles, student authors, the similarity index. This is generated by the originality report, which compares the student paper against other papers and web sources. The pencil icon in the grade mark column indicates these papers have not yet been graded. Once papers are graded, a score will display here instead. You can also see the date a student submitted their paper, as well as download the papers if needed. The Release Grades button is blue and clickable only after the assignment due date has passed. Once your papers are graded and the due date has passed, you can click on this and the grades flow into the MindTap Progress app. Before the due date, even if the papers are graded within InSite, the Release Grades button is gray and unclickable. You'll also notice there is a button to Submit Paper, which would allow you to upload a student paper if needed. We're going to start by clicking the pencil icon for a paper you would like to grade. Once the paper opens in InSite, you'll note that on the top left you can navigate between the originality, grade mark, and peer mark assignments. We'll look at these more closely when we start to review the paper. On the lower left, you'll see additional icons that let you view quick data about the paper. The iPad icon to generate a code for reviewing the paper on your iPad, and a print icon should you wish to print the paper. Moving along the bottom toolbar to the right, you'll notice you can increase or decrease the size of the paper display to fill more of the InSite window. To start our review, click on Originality. This will open the Originality report. The overall match similarity to other student papers in the repository or against other sources displays to the right, with color shading on the paper to identify which portions are a match for other works. If you click on one of the matches from the Match Overview area, this will show you the potential source of the match as well as the number of times this has been found. In the case of matches to other student papers, please note that the Originality report will note schools that have also deposited similar content in their repositories. This does not reveal any personally identifying data about the students in question, nor will the InSite app reveal your students' identifying information. Now click on Grade Mark to continue review and commentary on the student paper. On the right, we have tools for applying grades and commentary to the papers, which we'll cover in more depth. We're currently in the Quick Marks mode, so we'll start by exploring how Quick Marks can save you time when reviewing student papers. Each MindTap for Composition course comes with a number of Quick Mark sets loaded as part of the program. To view and choose these sets, click the wrench icon. This will open the Quick Mark Manager. You'll be able to view the existing Quick Mark sets. If you click on the name of a set, this will load the marks that are part of that set. You'll also be able to see which set is currently active or change which set is active for an assignment. Once you've made your selections, click Close to return to GradeMark. Once you're familiar with the marks in each Quick Mark set, you can use the list icon to toggle between Quick Mark sets while reviewing papers. When you mouse over a Quick Mark in the list, it will display more information about the Quick Mark. You can easily drag and drop your Quick Marks on the student paper you are reviewing, and your student can later see these as well. You can comment directly on the paper using two different types of comments, either as text or comment bubble. You can change between text or comment bubble by toggling the comment bubble or text icons. If you select text, this allows you to type contrasting blue text directly on the paper. If you select comment bubble, this allows you to enter a text comment that will be readable when the student mouses over the comment. Comment bubble is especially helpful in that it also allows you to associate your comments with specific criterion if you already have a rubric or grade form attached to the assignment. You'll notice that comment bubble also allows you to save your comments as a new Quick Mark for later use. You can easily switch between the two Quick Mark comment formats and save your comments in the student paper. If you click the General Comment icon, the General Comments interface will open. You'll be able to record a 3-minute voice comment or enter a text comment. If you click the Review All Comments icon, this will show you the Quick Marks and comments on a page-by-page basis. Notice that if you mouse over a comment, a link appears to take you to the place in the document where the comment or Quick Mark is located. Next, click the Rubric icon. This opens the Rubric and Grade Forms interface. If you attached a rubric or grade form to the assignment before the students submitted their paper, that will appear. Otherwise, the rubric area might be blank, which would indicate that you will need to attach a rubric or grade form. Click the wrench icon to open the Rubric Form Manager. While each MindTap for Composition course comes with a number of rubrics that are pre-created, you may need to create your own grade forms. This is covered in a separate training video. To click or select a rubric or grade form that is already created, click the list icon to view available rubrics and grade forms. When you toggle to choose a rubric, it will display along with the grading categories and scale or point values. When you choose a grade form, it will display along with the criterion you would like to associate with point values. Make sure that a check is in the box to enable scoring. The rubric or grade form isn't attached to the assignment until you click the chain icon. Once a rubric or grade form is attached to a paper and you use it for grading, this rubric or grade form will apply to grading for all other students for this assignment. If, after you've graded, you decide to change the rubric or grade form, this will delete the grading information from a paper. So it's important that you do not change rubrics or grade forms once you have begun grading. Once you click the chain icon, you'll see confirmation that the rubric or grade form is now attached to the assignment you are grading. For our demonstration, we will first show the rubric and then grade form. Click Close to return to begin using the rubric with the student paper. When you mouse over one of the rubric scales, a quick view explanation of the value will display. Additionally, if you have set quick marks to correlate with a rubric criterion, this will also display. As you evaluate the student paper with the rubric in mind, select the criterion values. Note that this won't result in a score, but this is a valuable method for crystallizing your feedback and grading for a student paper. Enter a score for the student, and this will complete the grade mark grading for this paper within the InSite app. Grading with the grade form is very similar. In the grade mark view of the paper, the grade form displays on the right. If you have set quick marks to correlate with the grade form criterion, this will also display. As you evaluate the student paper with the grade form in mind, enter comments and point values. Note that as you do this, a total score is calculated which you will transfer to the final score for the paper. Click Apply Score to grade and the score will display in the upper right. Once you have finished scoring with either a rubric or grade form from the grade mark view, you can easily move to and review another student paper. Use the drop-down in the upper right to select a different student paper. This will load the new paper in the InSite grading window. When you have completed reviewing and scoring student papers, click Back to return to the InSite paper inbox. At this juncture, grade mark is completed. However, these results are still not part of your Progress app. When the due date has arrived, the Release Grades button will turn blue. Click this to release grades to flow into the Progress app. The transfer of scores in the MindTap Progress app can take up to 15 or 20 minutes, depending on how many grade results you are trying to transfer. To check update status on this, click the Progress icon in the app dock. When the grades have been released to the Progress app, they will display the scores you assigned in the InSite grade mark. Thanks for taking the time to review this self-training video, and we hope you found it helpful. Please make sure to check out our other self-training videos and resources for more help with your Cengage digital products.